France, with its 18 regions and 101 departments, stands as one of the world's most beloved tourist destinations, where art, nature, history, and gastronomy intertwine to create unique places and landscapes. Each area deserves to be explored in its own way, revealing hidden treasures and local traditions. Imagine strolling through the lush vineyards of Burgundy, savoring a freshly baked baguette in Paris, or getting lost in the deep blue of the French Riviera's sea. In this video, we will start by exploring some unique curiosities about this country. Then we will venture into its most iconic places and conclude our journey by visiting some of its most charming and authentic villages. Join us as we discover the beauty and depth of France, a journey not just through places, but through the rich tapestry of French culture and history. Have you ever imagined walking through Paris with a fragrant baguette under your arm? In France, this iconic bread is a true institution, with around 10 billion baguettes consumed each year, each adhering to strict standards for ingredients and size. Then there's the Louvre, the most visited museum in the world. Its halls are a journey through centuries of art and history, housing over 35,000 works, including Leonardo da Vinci's famous Mona Lisa. And what about the Tour de France? Not only one of the most important cycling races in the world since 1903, but a true celebration of human endurance and the beauty of the French countryside. When it comes to intrigue and legends, France boasts over 40,000 castles and ruins scattered across the country, allowing tourists to touch the grandeur of the past almost anywhere. And what about wine? France produces some of the best varieties in the world, with regions like Burgundy and Bordeaux being true institutions for wine lovers. Continuing with France's curiosities, we can't forget the Statue of Liberty, one of the most recognizable symbols of the United States. But did you know it was a gift from France? Designed by Frenchman Frédéric-Auguste Bartholdi and built by engineer Gustave Eiffel, the same mind behind the iconic Eiffel Tower, this imposing statue is a cultural bridge between the two countries and a symbol of freedom and friendship. The TGV, Train à grande vitesse, is another French pride. Introduced in the 1980s, this high-speed rail network revolutionized transportation, connecting major French cities at speeds reaching 320 kilometers per hour. When it comes to gastronomy, France goes well beyond the clichés of baguette and cheese. The country is the cradle of the Michelin Guide, the world's most prestigious restaurant rating system, and boasts starred restaurants throughout the country. Lastly, let's talk about language. Did you know that for centuries, French was the language of diplomacy and international relations? Even today, it remains one of the official languages of the United Nations and continues to be a key language in international relations. Now, let's begin our journey through the most beautiful and iconic places in France. Number 1. Corsica. Have you ever dreamed of visiting an island that not only boasts breathtaking landscapes, but also offers a rich history and culture? Corsica, known as the Island of Beauty, is a true gem in the heart of the Mediterranean. This island is not only a paradise for nature lovers with its sandy beaches, crystal-clear waters, towering mountains, and lush forests, but it's also a melting pot of history. If you explore the interior, you'll discover a palpable cultural heritage in the characteristic villages, historical monuments, and ancient fortresses. The local cuisine, with its French and Italian roots, will surprise you with rich and authentic dishes that reflect the island's unique identity. And let's not forget that Corsica was the birthplace of Napoleon Bonaparte. Walking through the streets of Ajaccio, his hometown, will feel like stepping back in time. Have you ever wanted to live in a place that gave birth to one of history's greatest figures? Number 2. Verdon Gorges. What would you say to discovering a place where turquoise waters rival the grandeur of a vast canyon above them? The Verdon Gorges, known as the Grand Canyon of Europe, awaits to offer you an unparalleled natural spectacle. Imagine traversing trails that wind along the canyon's cliffs, offering spectacular and breathtaking views. This extraordinary place is ideal not only for adventurers with opportunities for climbing, rafting, and paragliding, but also for those seeking a tranquil refuge to break away from daily routines. Nearby, the village of Moustier-Sainte-Marie, famous for its exquisite ceramics, provides a delightful contrast to the wild grandeur of the gorges. Number 3. Chamonix-Mont-Blanc. How would it feel to wake up to a view of Mont Blanc, the highest mountain in Europe, majestically rising beyond your window? In Chamonix-Mont-Blanc, this dream becomes a reality. Nestled in the heart of the French Alps, it is not just a winter destination for skiing enthusiasts, but a year-round natural paradise. Here, you can take a cable car up to the Aiguille du Midi, where a spectacular 360-degree view of the Alps awaits you. The richness of this area is also in its mountaineering history, with museums and exhibitions celebrating heroic past ascents. Whether you're an expert or simply a nature lover, Chamonix offers something for everyone in every season. Number 4. Provence. Imagine a land where lavender fields stretch to the horizon, painting the landscape in intense purple hues. This is Provence, a region embodying the spirit of southern France with its idyllic landscapes, vibrant art, and colorful markets. As you stroll through the streets of its charming villages like Saint-Rémy or Gordes, you'll come across boutiques selling Provençal fabrics and handmade ceramics. The cuisine here is a chapter unto itself. Aromatic olive oils, robust wines, and dishes that taste of sun and sea await to delight your palate. With an artistic history that includes names like Van Gogh and Cézanne, every corner of this region seems like a living painting. Provence is not just a place to visit, but an experience to be lived. Number 5. Dune du Pilat and Aquitaine. It's about walking on the tallest sand dune in Europe. The Dune du Pilat, located in the southwest of France, invites you to climb its 110 meters, offering a wonderful panoramic view of the Atlantic. But it's not just the size that makes this place special. It's also the fascinating contrast between the azure sea and the lush greenery of the surrounding pine forests. Here, the air is laden with the scent of sea and pine resin, creating an almost surreal atmosphere. The Dune du Pilat is also an ideal starting point for exploring the Aquitaine region, with its rich culinary offerings and quaint fishing villages. It's definitely worth visiting Biarritz, known for its surfing beaches and elegant Belle Époque architecture, or Saint-Emilion, a jewel nestled among vine-covered hills, renowned for its wine heritage and historic Romanesque churches. Aquitaine also offers ample opportunities for outdoor activities, from hiking in the Pyrenees to exploring nature reserves that host extraordinary biodiversity. Number 6. Alsace. Have you ever wished to be in a place that seems like a fairy tale? Alsace, with its colorful villages, medieval castles, and cobblestone streets, looks just like a beautiful animated movie or a fairy tale story. Located on the border between France and Germany, this region offers a unique fusion of cultures, languages, and traditions. During the Christmas season, the markets in Strasbourg and Colmar come alive, transforming the cities into true winter wonderlands. But Alsace shines all year round, with its vineyards stretching along the Route des Vins, where you can taste some of the best white wines in the world. Don't forget to try the local cuisine, where dishes like choucroute and flammekueche show the German influence mixed with French taste. Alsace is not just a journey through enchanting places, but a true adventure that stays in the heart. Number 7. Normandy. If you're looking for a place where history intertwines with incredible landscapes, Normandy is the perfect destination. With its rugged coastlines and long sandy beaches, this region is famous for the pivotal role it played during D-Day in 1944. Beyond its historical beaches, Normandy also boasts majestic chalk cliffs, such as those at Étretat, which inspired artists like Monet. But that's not all. The hinterland is dotted with green meadows and apple orchards that produce the renowned Norman cider. Food lovers will appreciate the rich local cuisine, featuring delights such as camembert and Neufchâtel cheeses. Normandy offers all this and more, combining history, nature, and gastronomy into an unforgettable experience. Number 8. Brittany. Brittany is a land of myths and legends, wild coastlines, and ancient cultures. This French region, which stretches out into the peninsula dividing the English Channel from the Atlantic, is known for its rocky sea stacks and lighthouses guiding fishermen along the coast. Visiting this area, you can discover quaint fishing villages where time seems to stand still. Brittany is also the heart of Celtic culture in France, with music and dance festivals celebrating its ancient roots. And what could be better than enjoying a Breton crêpe in a small cafe overlooking the sea? The region also offers a variety of hiking trails that meander along the coast or through ancient forests, where, it is said, fairies and woodland spirits can still be encountered. Number 9. Strasbourg. As the capital of Alsace and home to numerous European institutions, Strasbourg is a city where the past meets the present in an intriguing cultural blend. Walking through its famous La Petite France district, with its enchanting canals and timber-framed houses, will make you feel like you've stepped into a vintage postcard. The city's heart is the majestic cathedral, a masterpiece of Gothic architecture that dominates the skyline with its tall, graceful tower. But Strasbourg is not just about historic beauty. It's also a vibrant center of contemporary culture, with museums, art galleries, and a rich calendar of festivals. Don't forget to savor the local cuisine in one of the many cozy restaurants, where you can enjoy dishes like béquiouf and tarte flambée. Number 10. Mont Saint-Michel. Have you ever visited an island that transforms with the tides? Mont Saint-Michel is one of those magical places, seeming to rise from the sea with its imposing medieval abbey at the center. This small rocky islet in Normandy, connected to the mainland only by a narrow road during high tide, draws visitors from around the world. The abbey itself is a masterpiece of medieval architecture, with intricate corridors, majestic staircases, and a view of the estuary that is simply stunning. Exploring Mont Saint-Michel is a unique experience, enriched by the tide, which radically transforms the surrounding landscape as it recedes. For a truly memorable visit, come at sunset for a view that will stay in your memory forever. Number 11. Lyon. Known as the gastronomic capital of France, Lyon is not only a paradise for food lovers, but also a treasure trove of history and culture. The vibrant heart of the city lies among the traboules of Vieux-Lyon, secret passages that once allowed silk workers to transport their fabrics sheltered from the rain. These medieval lanes lead to hidden courtyards and stunning Renaissance architecture. But Lyon is also about modernity, as seen in the Confluence district, where contemporary architecture meets the river, creating a cutting-edge urban space. No visit to Lyon is complete without trying one of the many traditional restaurants known as bouchons, where local dishes like quenelle and tarte aux pralines are a must-try. Number 12. Loire Valley. Often described as the Garden of France, the Loire Valley is celebrated for its numerous castles and river landscapes that seem painted. Each castle tells the story of kings and queens who shaped French history, from Chambord with its lavish architecture to Chenonceau, which elegantly spans its river. This region isn't just a journey through the history of French nobility, but also an ode to natural beauty, with vineyards producing some of the country's finest wines. Strolling through well-kept gardens or sailing along the Loire River, it's easy to feel part of a bygone era, in a place where beauty and elegance reign supreme. Despite its natural and architectural wonders, the Loire Valley is also home to some of France's loveliest cities. For instance, Tours, with its vibrant cultural scene and magnificent historic buildings. And then there's Amboise, where you can visit the famous Château du Clos Lucé, Leonardo da Vinci's last residence. These cities, along with many others in the region, offer a fascinating mix of history, art, and French daily life, making each visit a rich and varied experience. Number 13. French Riviera. The French Riviera is a symphony of colors and sensations, a stretch of French coastline that embodies Mediterranean glamour and elegance. The vibrant city of Nice, with its iconic Promenade des Anglais, is a blend of culture, art, and history, where the deep blue of the sea is a standout feature. Here, you can lose yourself in open-air markets filled with flowers and local products, or admire artworks in museums dedicated to Chagall and Matisse. Further along the coast, the luxurious Cannes is known for its annual film festival, attracting stars and filmmakers from around the world. Its golden beaches and boutique hotels offer classy relaxation, while the Croisette, with its high-fashion boutiques and gourmet restaurants, is the perfect place to see and be seen. Further east, Saint-Tropez epitomizes discreet luxury, a former fishing village turned global elite hotspot. Its narrow cobblestone streets and pastel-colored houses hide trendy cafes and art galleries, and the harbor is always filled with extraordinary yachts. Finally, the Principality of Monaco, with its famous casino and Formula One Grand Prix, offers unmatched opulence. Beyond gaming and sports, its Royal Palace and Oceanographic Museum add a cultural touch to this enclave of wealth and luxury. Each city along the French Riviera has a unique character, but all share an atmosphere of refined beauty and hospitality that embraces every visitor with sun, sea, and style. Number 14. Bordeaux. Universally recognized as the wine capital of the world, this port city offers much more. Its rich historic center is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, renowned for its majestic neoclassical squares and long boulevards lined with historic buildings. Exploring Bordeaux also means discovering modern art galleries, interactive museums like the Cité du Vin, and lively markets where local products take center stage. The banks of the Garonne are perfect for an evening stroll, while numerous bistros provide the chance to enjoy local cuisine, accompanied by a glass of excellent wine. Here, the wine tradition blends with urban culture in an atmosphere that is both relaxed and sophisticated. Number 15. Paris. Often nicknamed the City of Lights, Paris is a mesmerizing mix of history, art, and culture. Look up to the unforgettable silhouette of the Eiffel Tower, standing not only as a symbol of the city, but of France itself. A walk along the Seine will lead you past architectural masterpieces like Notre Dame Cathedral or the Louvre, guardian of priceless treasures. But Paris is known not only for its emblematic monuments. It's a vibrant, pulsing city divided into arrondissements, each with its own distinctive identity. The Marais, with its narrow streets and ancient buildings, is the heart of Paris's LGBTQ+ scene, as well as a hub of nightlife and culture, with a lively artistic scene and various fashion boutiques. Montmartre, with its stone streets climbing up to the Sacré-Cœur Basilica, offers a panoramic view of the city and a taste of the bohemian atmosphere that once hosted artists like Picasso and Dali. Culturally, Paris is unmatched, with its historic cafes, where once writers and philosophers debated literature and politics, and theaters that continue to present captivating performances. Parisian culinary sophistication is also renowned, with a myriad of options from traditional bistros to Michelin-starred restaurants, where cuisine becomes art. Number 16. Palace of Versailles. Located just outside Paris, the Palace of Versailles represents one of the most extraordinary examples of 17th century French Baroque architecture. Initially built as a hunting lodge for Louis XIV, it was transformed into a palace of incomparable splendor by his son, Louis XIV, becoming a symbol of the monarch's absolute power. The palace is famous for its luxurious decor, particularly the Hall of Mirrors, a 70-meter-long hall adorned with hundreds of mirrors and majestic frescoes. Outside, the vast Italianate gardens are a triumph of symmetry and order, enriched with fountains and classical statues. Versailles is not only one of the most visited tourist destinations, but also a historical monument that bears witness to the grandeur and art of the French court. Number 17. Marseille. Located on the southern coast of France, Marseille is one of the country's oldest cities, famous for its bustling port and rich mix of cultures. The heart of the city is the Vieux Port, where fishing boats and modern yachts coexist with fresh fish markets, offering a vivid snapshot of Marseille's maritime life. The Basilica of Notre-Dame de la Garde, with its imposing position on the hill, dominates the skyline and offers wonderful views of the sea and the city. This symbol of Marseille is a brilliant example of Neo-Byzantine architecture, with interiors richly decorated with mosaics. In terms of gastronomy, Marseille is renowned for its bouillabaisse, a rich fish soup that reflects the city's maritime tradition. With a dynamic art scene and a fascinating history, Marseille combines the ancient and the modern, making it an irresistible destination for those seeking authenticity and cultural diversity. After exploring the iconic places of France, let us now immerse ourselves in the tranquility of its most charming villages and small towns, where the essence of French life manifests in a more intimate and authentic way. Number 1. Riquewihr. A charming village in Alsace, Riquewihr captures the hearts of those who visit with its fortified walls dating back to the 15th century, and the vibrant half-timbered houses that color its stone streets. Known as one of the most beautiful villages in France, it is a jewel of history and culture. When visiting, it's essential to stop at one of the many wine cellars for a tasting session that reflects the rich terroir of the region. The local gastronomy is equally captivating, as are the seasonal festivals and markets, particularly the Christmas market, which transforms Riquewihr into a lively center of holiday spirit and joy, making it a perfect place to discover local traditions at any time of the year. Number 2. Conques. Located along the Bordeaux River in the heart of Aveyron, Conques is a village of rare beauty, famous for its Abbey of Sainte-Foy, a marvel of Romanesque architecture. This historical site is a crucial stop for pilgrims on the Way of St. James and is renowned for its beautifully carved tympanum and the treasure it holds, containing relics and precious objects of sacred art. Walking through the streets of Conques is like taking a journey back in time, with medieval houses and narrow lanes offering rustic glimpses at every turn. The serenity and historic charm of Conques make it an ideal place for those looking to escape the hustle and bustle of modern life and immerse themselves in a bygone era. Number 3. Colmar. Colmar will enchant you with its Little Venice neighborhood, where brightly painted half-timbered houses are reflected in the calm waters of the canals. This picturesque setting is perfect for an evening stroll or a romantic dinner at dusk. This village is not only a feast for the eyes, but also for the palate, being the capital of Alsace wines. Therefore, take the time to enjoy a glass of wine in one of the cozy cellars of the city. Every year, Colmar celebrates its wine heritage with festivals that transform the streets into a lively stage of tastings, music, and dance. Number 4. Gardes. Nestled in the heart of Provence, perched on a steep hill, Gardes presents itself as an enchanted vision with its limestone houses shimmering under the Mediterranean sun. This village is renowned not just for its panoramic views over the Luberon Valley, but also for its narrow streets winding among historic buildings and welcoming bars. Gardes is rich in culture and art, hosting several museums and galleries, in addition to historic landmarks like the Renaissance castle that dominates the landscape. The spiritual atmosphere is also palpable at the nearby Senanc Abbey, an active Cistercian abbey surrounded by lavender fields. Number 5. Annecy. Often called the Venice of the Alps, Annecy offers a magical fusion of water and mountains. Imagine strolling along quiet canals or romantic stone streets with a backdrop of the dramatic Alps. That's Annecy for you. Lake Annecy, one of Europe's cleanest lakes, invites you to peaceful cruises or relaxing afternoons cycling along its shores. The old city's heart is dominated by the Palais de l'Isle, a 12th century castle that seems to emerge directly from the water, now a museum that tells local stories from times past. Number 6. Èze. Perched between sky and sea on the French Riviera, Èze is a medieval village that seems to defy time and gravity. With its narrow streets and stone houses climbing along the side of a steep hill, this village offers one of the most spectacular views in France. The exotic garden, located at the village's summit, is a haven of rare plants and sculptures, from where you can enjoy a magnificent panorama that stretches from the French coast to distant Corsica on clear days. Moreover, Èze's historical richness is revealed in its architectural details and artisanal shops, offering perfumes and local products, making it a charming place for those seeking a tourist experience rich in beauty and authenticity. Number 7. Ivoire. Located on the French shore of Lake Geneva, Ivoire is another perfect example of a medieval village, known for its unmistakable charm and centuries-old history. With its fortified walls and watchtowers dating back to the 14th century, Riquewihr invites you to explore its rich past. The Garden of Five Senses, inspired by medieval gardens, is a must-visit attraction that offers a sensory journey through mazes of aromatic plants and colorful flowers. The village's location also offers characteristic views of the lake and surrounding mountains, creating a perfect balance between nature and historical heritage. Riquewihr is indeed an ideal place for those wishing to immerse themselves in tranquility and beauty, while discovering the art and culture of a bygone era. Number 8. Grimaud. Grimaud stands out with its medieval charm in the heart of Var, Provence. Imagine walking through the ruins of an ancient castle, towering over the Gulf of Saint-Tropez, offering a spectacular view that extends to the sea. The stone streets, lined with pastel-colored houses and climbing vines, lead you back in time, while hidden corners and panoramic views are certainly not lacking. The castle, although a ruin, remains a focal point of the village with its imposing presence. There are also artisan boutiques to discover local art and small bars to taste Provençal cuisine. Number 9. Eguisheim. Voted one of the most beautiful villages in France, Eguisheim astonishes with its distinctive architecture and circular streets that wrap around the central castle. This Alsatian village is a labyrinth of beauty, with flower-bedecked half-timbered houses that appear hand-painted, making every corner picture-perfect. Eguisheim is also a renowned viticultural center, specializing in aromatic white wines such as Riesling and Gewürztraminer. Strolling through the village streets, you'll encounter numerous cellars, where you can partake in tastings that introduce you to the secrets of Alsatian winemaking. The village is alive with festivals and markets that celebrate the rich cultural and gastronomic heritage of the region, offering a complete immersion into local traditions. Number 10. Carcassonne. A medieval city in the heart of the Languedoc region in southern France, Carcassonne is famous for being one of the best preserved fortresses in Europe. Surrounded by double fortified walls stretching nearly 3 kilometers, the city presents an impressive silhouette of towers and battlements that vividly evoke the medieval era. The oldest part, the Cité de Carcassonne, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site that draws visitors with its extraordinary defensive structures and historical atmosphere. Inside its fortified gates, narrow, winding streets are lined with artisan shops and restaurants serving local cuisine. The heart of Carcassonne is the Château Comtal, a castle at the city's center, offering a dive into history with tours of historic halls and ancient walls, from which panoramic views of the surrounding countryside can be enjoyed. Number 11. Rochefort-en-Terre. This village in Brittany shines with its authentic medieval spirit and flower-adorned houses that decorate the stone streets. Renowned as one of France's most beautiful villages, the town is a mosaic of ancient architecture with ornate stone facades and balconies overflowing with geraniums. The main square, surrounded by ancient noble residences and small artisan shops, is the vibrant heart of Rochefort-en-Terre, where tradition and modernity meet harmoniously. This village transforms into a veritable fairy tale during the Christmas period, with lights, decorations, and markets that attract tourists from all over the world, making this place a perfect example of how history can blend with festive joy. From Paris to Provence, from the Loire Valley to the hidden corners only the most charming villages can offer, this journey has showcased the diversity and unique beauty of a nation that continues to enchant and inspire. We hope these images and stories have ignited in you the desire to personally discover these places, or to revisit them, to experience their magic once again. Goodbye until our next adventure.